Hello my dear students, continuing with retirement of the partner, we will be taking up illustration number 26 on page number 4.32. The sum says Gopi, Krishan and Ram were partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 4:2:1, where the balance sheet total is 92,500. I'm sure you must have located that sum by now. Gopi and Krishan Ram, they have got a capital of 30,000, 20,000 and 15,000, where the liability side read as sundry creditors 15,000, bills payable 2,000, general reserve 10,500. Assets, the normal components like goodwill, stock, sundry debtors, land and building, plant and machinery, motor vehicle. Now let us read the adjustment. Gopi retired on the following arrangements were made and agreed upon. Number one, goodwill of the firm is to be valued at 21,000. Now if you notice that in the given balance sheet, goodwill appears to be 7,000, which is supposed to be raised up to the value of 21,000. Gopi's share is to be adjusted in the accounts to Krishan and Ram. The assets and the liabilities were valued as under. So there's some revaluation happening over here and reassessment happening. Stock 12,000, sundry debtors 10,500, land and building 22,600, plant and machinery 25,000 and sundry creditors 14,000. Krishan and Ram, the third one, were to be introducing 20,000 and 5,000 respectively into the business. And 16,200 was to be paid immediately to Gopi. So any balance which remains left over to be paid to Gopi, the next part of the sentence covers that outcome of that. That balance due to Gopi would be paid in 3 equal annual installments. Annual installments, you got to keep in mind, that means payment just once a year with interest at the rate of 9% per annum. So even that time factor is important. Now, if you notice the sum, it asks us to prepare a balance sheet on the date of retirement, partner's capital account. Now those are simple things like we've also done earlier, but a new thing that would be discussed in this sum is about Gopi's loan account. Important part, because if you see, apart from the lump sum amount of 16,200 that is being paid, he is being also paid the balance amount in equal 3 annual installments on later dates. Let's see. Check out partner's capital account, please. Opening balance as transferred, like goodwill will be written off. Now goodwill, how much needs to be worked? If you see, let's go to the working note. Check out the revaluation account first. Over there, stock, provision, plant and machinery appearing on the debit side, that is 3,500 and 1,500, the difference in the value of reassessment and revaluation. Similarly, you will be posting land and building, sundry creditors in the credit side. The value is increasing for land and building and decreasing for creditors. That's the reason why it has been posted in the credit side, resulting into a loss on revaluation of 1,400, which will be shared by all the 3 partners, including the retiring partner, in the ratio of 4:2:1, which is coming to 800, 400 and 200 respectively. Now this posting needs to be correspondingly planted in partner's capital account also. What is the mechanism? How would you write off goodwill? How will you deal with goodwill? Original goodwill appears at 7,000 rupees. Now the old partners are entitled, the partners of the old firm are entitled to write off that goodwill because they had been working, all 3 of them had been working for that. So the ratio being 4:2:1, 7,000 would be divided as 4,000, 2,000 and 1,000 respectively for Gopi, Krishan and Ram. And so when goodwill is written off against partner's capital, it is 2 goodwill account, 4, 2 and 1 respectively, right? Then on the other hand, the firm's goodwill would be valued at 21,000. Now, how will you treat goodwill in that case? 21,000. Now, when the partner is retiring, Gopi is retiring, who is remaining into the business? Who all are remaining into the business? Krishan and Ram. So, first and foremost, we have to find out that what is that leftover portion of goodwill that must be shared by Krishan and Ram, right? We've in the past also, we've done the adjustment entry for accumulated profits, reserves. We have given the net effect against capital account debiting and crediting, being debited and credited by the sacrificing partner and the gaining partner. Similarly, that same application will be done here. And so, if you see, 12,000 rupees have been adjusted against goodwill, which is the share to be share of goodwill to be shared by Krishan and Ram. because Gopi is retiring. So if you see, nothing has been mentioned about the new profit sharing ratio. Krishan and Ram would be sharing in the new firm ratios with of profit to be 2:1, and that's the reason why their portion of goodwill of 12,000 rupees will be divided as 8,000 and 4,000. So they've passed the adjustment entry using the capital account of the gaining and the sacrificing partners. That's the reason why on the credit side you will find the posting by Krishan and by Ram's account 8,000, 4,000, where in the debit side it is to Gopi's account 8,000, 4,000 in the other accounts, right? Then you've got general reserve. General reserve, undistributed profit and losses. We already know the mechanism. We've done so many sums in the class also. So by general reserve, you will be debiting and cancelling it with 6,000, 3,000, 1,500. Old profit sharing ratio. Revaluation loss will be shared. 16,200 needs to be paid to Gopi. So that you will be showing as Gopi's capital account debit to cash. So you can see the posting done in the debit side. And 20,000 and 5,000 have been brought in by Krishan and Ram to, suffice with that payment to Gopi who's retiring. So when the partner brings in cash, automatically the entry is cash account debit to partner's capital account. So you will find by cash. The resultant thing is you will find closing balances of 32,600 and 16,300 for Krishan and Ram respectively, and the leftover money of 27,000 that will be appearing as Gopi's loan account in the debit side of partner's capital account. Now this 27,000 is supposed to be paid in annual installments. So once in a year payment, but 3 equal installments. So 27 divided by 3 gives you 9,000 per annum. So 9,000 it has to be paid. Now check out Gopi's loan account. When you're drafting Gopi's loan account, in the first year when you're making the payment, it is Gopi's loan account to cash. But the thing is that, of course, you're paying 1 year later. So it carries an interest of 9% per annum. So because you're paying the entire 27,000, you're starting to pay that 1 year after the retirement date. 9% should be calculated upon 27,000 as the year round interest for the first year. So not only will you pay the original principal leftover money of 9,000 as the block installment, but also the accrued interest upon it. So 2,430 resulting into 11,430. Similarly, the balance of 18,000, the principal amount, will be transferred in the second year. So you can find the loan account by balance brought down 18,000. Resultant interest will be 1,620. How are you getting that? That is 9% on the remaining 18,000. Again, so that's given, that's done. Again, you're paying to cash, and final 9,000 with 810 for the last year, that would be shown as the third part in that same Gopi's loan account. Now we draft the final balance sheet. Creditors, bills payable, they will take up their revalued figures. Similarly, the same thing will happen with stock, debtors, including provision, motor vehicle, plant and machinery, land and building. The things that you need to point out is that capital will be the new capital balancing figures that you already have calculated in capital account, and along with that, cash will also change, because original cash position in the business was 25,000 that the existing partners had brought in, and the paid up value is 16,200. So cash would be 8,800 remaining, right? And the balance sheet tallies with a total of 91,900, right? I'm sure you must have got through with the sum, but not to worry. Even if there are any doubts, any discrepancies, any where that you find question that you can't understand, mark that, because we'll be discussing that with all the others in the class when I take up the topic. And the next illustration that I would like to point out is number 28 on page number 4.36. You've got the three partners, Neeti, Gaurav and Sham. Balance sheet total being 1,66,000 on both sides. Asset side remaining the same with goodwill and patents and advertisement expenditure. I am sure you remember we've discussed all these components individually in the class, how to write off accumulated losses, profits. So here you've got an example of that, advertisement expenditure being one. So, but why I would like to take up this sum is because this has employees provident fund, workmen's compensation reserve and investment fluctuation reserve. Goodwill supposed to be valued at 30,000 where the original is 6,000. In just the previous sum I have discussed elaborately how goodwill will be dealt. Value of patents to be reduced, plant and machinery to 90%. Provision, what I want you to point out is liability for workmen's compensation is 3,000 where the accumulated reserve is 12,000, and the third partner, he took the investments at market value, where investments market value is 17,600, though they had booked the investments for 15,000. Amount due to the third partner who is retiring, 50% of the retirement will be given, at one go. Then rest 50% will be given through bills of exchange in 3 months. Now, how to deal with lump sum and how to deal with partner's loan account, I think I've discussed that all. So we'll come back to the journal later. First and foremost, check out the revaluation account. Simply, you've drafted the changes in patent, plant and machinery, provision and investment. Investment, the difference in the figure of market price and the booked value of 2,600 will be there. And so the loss 4,800 will be shared by all three partners. Capital account, like just the previous sum, you will be writing off workman's compensation reserve, investment fluctuation reserve, advertisement expenditure. You will be transferring the revaluation loss, cancelling goodwill, then passing the adjustment for the raised up value of the goodwill and the proportionate value. The only thing is, you can see here that Z, whatever money that he's entitled to receive, is a summation of 4,250 plus 2,125 plus another 2,125. So that's coming to exactly 9,000. Now it was clearly said that 50% will be paid, so that's 4,250, isn't it? Out of 9,500, and then the rest will be shown in loan account, and through the firm will be paying, making bills payable, because it said that the retiring partner accepts a bill. So if the retiring partner is accepting a bill, means for the firm it is bills payable. So you will find those postings given there. And along with that, if there's any doubt in calculation, you can quickly check on the working notes. The first two working notes are about your share of goodwill. This is similar to what we did in the last sum. Then amount payable in the first year and the second year. Like I said, the total amount payable is 8,500, not 9,000, I'm sorry, 8,500. Out of that, 4,250 was amount paid on retirement, and rest 2,125 each as bills payable and payable within the year. Excess workman's compensation, how will you get? We've already learned that adjustment in chapter of admission. So that same rule applies here. Whatever the claim is, deduct that from the reserve. So that leaves us with 9,000 to be distributed. Advertisement expenditure, it is debited to partner's capital because we are writing off accumulated loss, and the retiring partner took away investments on market value, and so it will be retiring partner's capital account debit to investments for 17,600. I think now you will be will be able to relate the capital account. Come to the balance sheet. Finally, you've got debtors provision to be adjusted according to the new values given. Stock, patent and plant and machinery with creditors in the same thing. Workman's compensation claim will feature as a liability for 3,000. The sum already discloses that. EPF is an external liability, so EPF is Employees Provident Fund, so that will also feature as 6,000, the gross value that has been given in the older balance sheet. New liability, bills payable of 2,125 yet to be paid to the retiring partner, that will appear. You will take the closing capital balances for the first two partners, and the third partner's loan account will appear to be 2,125, and the balance sheet tallies for 1,29,750. So we are through with it, almost verge of completing the retirement chapter. Please go through the illustrations, whatever I've discussed. Any point, any place where you don't understand, please keep it marked, because it will be nice if we discuss in front of everybody in the class, so that even all your other friends are also benefited with that, right? We'll continue from here in the next class. Thank you.